Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Robotics Notes DaSH. And in the last episode, Kaito, Akio and Daru decided to join Juno and Sumio in welcoming the new upcoming idol to Tanegashima Island for the second half of the festival. Much to their consternation, the idol never really made an appearance, despite the fact that there were tons of people on board. Either during the start or the end of the disembarking from the vessel. And while the group were pondering just whether or not there'd been a mix-up in the scheduling somewhere, Kaito was surprised by a certain someone. This certain someone, to be precise. The girl we haven't seen before is standing there with a devilish smile. Yeah, about that.
Oh. 知り合い?
In a manner of speaking, Akio. In a manner of speaking.
いいよ.
Akitan looks at me and Juntan's faces alternately, as if to ask us if we know her. Like I said. But of course, Jun-chan and I shake our heads almost simultaneously. The girl in question looks to be in her 20s. Even a social butterfly like me doesn't know very many girls in this age range. And that'd be the case in Tokyo. On Tanegashima, the only ones who would know her would be the Robotics Club's crew.
じゃあ
We all turn our gazes back to the young woman.
えっと
Yeah, this is awkward, and it's going to be even more awkward. Perhaps overwhelmed by the sudden attention, it almost seems like she winces for a moment.
もしかしてわからないんですか?
To answer your question, the answer there would be no. Kaito does not, nor do any of the others.
えっと
Yeah, but I do, and knowing all that is, well, doesn't really help the situation now, does it?
ほらよく見てください。私ですよ、私。
There should be a glaringly obvious clue. Well, there are two glaring, well, three if you stop to think about it. Yeah, this mannerism. You've seen it over a dozen times, Kaito Yashio. You've also seen this hair dozens of times. And you've heard this voice dozens of times. The girl seems to think that we know who she is. That's because you actually do, Kaito. But she just doesn't match the profile of anyone in my memory banks. Oy vey. Or maybe we know her, but haven't met her. You're on the right track, Kaito. Kind of. Like, for example, a celebrity? Yeah, you're going off track.
あ、もしかしてあなた。よかった。やっと気づいてくれたんですね。
I wouldn't celebrate too soon if I were you.
やっぱりこの人だよ、カイ。ほら、アイドルの。
Are you sure about that, Akio? I mean, well, to be honest, it would actually help if we took a look at the photograph of the so-called idol in question that Juno and Daru have seen, but has not been revealed at all for
はい。
some reason. Yeah, this is definitely going downhill fast.
え、この人が？
Yeah, even Kaito is baffled at
お
this point.
お、言われてみればそうじゃ。確かに彼女じゃ。
Again, are you sure about that, Tsumio? You just looked at the photograph, unless you didn't.
でしょでしょ
Don't, well, I would say don't jump to conclusions, but you already have, Akio. Oh dear.
その
Yeah, that's not it, Akio. Not it at all.
ってことはやっぱりさっきの瓶でついてたんですね。よかった
You too, Juna? Even though you have the photograph?
もしかしたらドタキャンしちゃったんじゃないかって心配してたんだよ。
Flake out. To not go to an appointment or previous commitment, especially with no advance notice.
待ってください。私は
Yeah, she's trying to explain herself.
とりあえずここで立ち話もなんだし、場所を移した方がいいんじゃない？
You don't know how right you are, Kaito. You don't know how right you are. I mean, well. After doing a quick sweep of the area, I noticed some folks in the distance looking this way curiously. People are going to start realizing that she's the idol. Yeah, she's not the idol, ladies and gentlemen. She's as far from the idol as you can possibly get.
おお、そうじゃな。それじゃあうちの会社まで来てもらおうか。
Yeah, that's a good idea because we have a kind of a mess that needs to be sorted out that, if I'm being honest, could have been sorted out a short while ago if a certain someone hadn't panicked and inadvertently tried to cover it up beforehand.
さあ行きましょう。こっちです。あ、ちょっと。
Well, guess we're going.
いやー、ようこそおじゃり申せ種子島へ。
Yeah. Yeah, I hate to break it to you, but she didn't arrive on the boat. She's been here the whole time. When we arrive at Space Candy HQ, Mr. Candy takes the girl's hand firmly and shakes it up and down.
だから違うんです。私は。
おーっと、アイドルに気安く触っちゃいかんかったな。確かこういうのはほれ CD を買って剣がないとダメなんじゃろ。
Glad you find this amusing, Sumio, but yeah. It looks like the girl is completely overwhelmed by Mr. Candy's intensity.
Mo, ダメだよ、アメ社長。ほら、困ってるじゃん。
すまんすまん。
Well, kudos for trying to make the atmosphere more genial and friendly, but we're all missing the point there, everyone.
それより社長、そろそろ。
Juntan points at the clock.
おお、そうじゃったそうじゃった。早いとこ準備してもらわんと。
Yeah, things are definitely snowballing.
準備？
聞いとるだろ。この後早速顔見せがてらのイベントがあるって。そういやマネージャーさんは。
You're only asking that question now? Of all time, Sumio? Manager, the title of a person who oversees a company or other organization. It also refers to the role in the entertainment industry where a person oversees the work of a celebrity. There are times where there are multiple managers assigned to one celebrity, as well as times where one manager is assigned to multiple celebrities. This position can also be referred to as an agent. In school club activities, managers can either be the club supervisor or a team member that offers support. Managers in show business are thought to be like attendants, but in truth, they are the ones performing all sorts of tasks in order to market the celebrity, such as planning projects, negotiating, contracting, and more. Yeah, that should also be a warning flag. Come to think of it, it's odd for an idol to come to an event like this all by herself. Yes, very odd. Keep on that train of thought. There must be someone accompanying her, but they're nowhere to be found.
とにかくじゃ、話は通してるからすぐに準備してくれ。
Yeah.
待ってください。準備って言われても。
There is one way to get out of this situation. It's not going to make things any better than they already are, which they're not, but it is kind of get out of the situation.
心配ないない。衣装なら事前に東京の方から届いとる。これ、純奈ちゃん、案内してやってくれ。
Why is nobody checking the register?
はい。それじゃあ着替えは会場の方で。あきほちゃんも手伝って。
I literally just give up.
わかった。
Juntan and Akio-tan take the girl away, leaving only us dudes behind.
どうする？
どうするって言われても、せっかくだし見に行ってみるしかないんじゃね？
There's already a huge crowd of people gathered at the IM's presentation stage. But the wrong person.
あれ？スバル君？
Odd to see you here, of all people. Looks like you've been caught red-handed. Standing right in front of us in the crowd is Subaru Q.
スバルキュンも見に来たんだ、アイドル。
You even need to ask Daru.
バカ言わないでください。僕はただ人がたくさん集まってるから見に来てみただけです。今からアイドルが出てくるんですか。それは知らなかったな。
Yeah, your presence gave you away there, Subaru. Subaru Kyun is so easy to read. And he is. In fact, if I look around some more people. There's a lot of people here I've seen before. I didn't realize that we're all interested in items. Not that I'm any different. No, of course not.
ねえスバル君、あれほらあそこにいるのって。
There's a middle-aged, rough-looking man standing on his tiptoes, looking at the still empty stage.
父さん？
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, wonders never cease.
スバル。
Hello, Robo.
父さん、どうしてここに？俺はただ人がたくさん集まってるから見に来てみただけだ。で、今からアイドルが出てくるとはな。そりゃ知らなかったな。
Like father, like son.
父さん。
すごいね親子って。
Exactly.
だね。
The crowd keeps growing bigger and bigger. All that's left is for the idol to make her debut on stage. Yeah, that's also going to be a major issue. But
出てこないね。
I wonder why. It's already 10 minutes past the scheduled start time, but the idol was nowhere to be found.
なんかあったのかな。
You think? Should probably check
ちょ
on
っ
that.
と様子見に行ってくる。
Good idea. We definitely should. It wouldn't make sense for me to take the entire posse with me, so I decided to head to the back on my own, but
うーん。
as one would expect, there are security guards blocking the entrance to the backstage area. Still, I'm able to catch some frantic voices from behind the curtain. As I try to get a look.
Oh, 橋田さん。
Juno appears.
ジュンタン。
大丈夫です。この方は関係者なので。
Nice for you to vouch for Daru there. Jintan finds me and invites me in backstage. Now I feel like a real member of the staff. Yeah, get used to it. It won't last. Well, it will last for a while. As soon as I enter the area, I can finally hear the conversation clearly. It sounds like they're arguing.
どうしたん？
あ、橋田さん、それが彼女。だから違うんです。誤解なんです。
The idol from earlier is desperately pleading about something. Should probably hear what she has to say.
さっきからこの通りで。
何が誤解だって言うん？
I think we're about to find out, or you're about to find
私、
out.
アイドルじゃないんです。私は。
Yeah, this isn't easy for her to say either, but
私は愛理なんです。
yeah. Should, yeah, let that sink in. Her words seem to stop time for a second. Yeah. Unfortunately, the one person who she should have confessed to is still standing outside with absolutely no idea about this. Then,
やだな。今頃何言ってるのさ。
it's the truth, Akio. Even if she does physically look different to an extent, who else had that mannerism? Who else has this particular style hair? Or color of hair even? Also, I just realized that, yeah, thinking back on it just a moment earlier, well, just a short while earlier, is the fact that for some reason, Kaito didn't seem to know who Airi was just by listening to her voice, even though when her appearance altered in the Yashio household, he was still able to recognize her, but, well, conveniently, even though he couldn't actually see that she was physically altered. Yeah. Everyone breaks into a smile.
それじゃあもしかして皆さん気づいて。当たり前じゃないですか。
Wait, what?
もうみんな人が悪いです。びっくりしたじゃないですか。
All the anxiety disappears from her face, leaving only relief. On the other hand,
ん？
Akitan and the rest of us all have question marks floating above our heads.
どういうことでしょう。
Yeah, that's a good question. If only we had someone here who was familiar with this kind of thing, Daru.
ですから私は愛理で。だからアイリーだよね。
This is becoming a train wreck.
はい。マジカルアカデミアの
Yeah, this is getting even more confusing. Even more confusing. Magical Academia, a popular idol group consisting of about 10 girls, selected from a pool of workers from a magical school-themed cafe franchise. This franchise has stores situated across the entire country of Japan, and its workers are known as the Maidens of Love, Courage and Magic. The number of members fluctuates with members coming and going quite often.
ほら、ちゃんとポスターにも書いてありますよ。マジカルアカデミア期待の新星アイリー。種子島にてお披露目って。
The convenience there is too convenient, methinks.
偶然だよね。うちらの知ってる子にも同じような名前の子がいるんだよ。
Yeah, funny that. It's almost as if you're actually talking to said girl.
違います。だからそれが。大変。お客さんが騒ぎ出したそうです。アイリーさん、早くステージに。だから私は。
Juntan and Akitan pretty much sub God damn it. AiLY out onto the stage. After being teased for so long, the crowd instantly erupts into cheers. This will all end in tears, I know it. Yeah, this will all end in tears.
ああ、橋田さん、出てきましたよ。ほら。
When I return to the crowd, everyone is looking up at AiLY with their eyes wide open.
彼女が例のアイドルですか。さすがアイドルというだけあって容姿はなかなかのものですね。
Don't catch Frau, hearing you say that. Sparrow remarks, his gaze affixed to the stage.
スバル君ってああいう子がタイプなんだ。
Yashio Kyun's eyes are also glued to the stage.
いや、まあ一般的な話をしたまでですね。そういうヤシオ先輩こそ。
うん、まあ可愛いとは
瀬ノ宮先輩に言いつけますよ。
Yeah, you do that. See where that gets you, Savaru.
ファンロンの話だよ。アキちゃんは関係ないでしょ。
The crowd starts buzzing again as we chat amongst ourselves. Meanwhile, the quote-unquote idol in question has no idea about any of this, and with good reason. Yeah. It's hardly surprising. AiLY having made it out on stage hasn't spoken a word since. She's just frozen on stage with the mic in her hand. Yeah, because she's clearly never sung in her life. She has no set routines, no managers at her beck and call. It's almost as if she's not actually an idol. People are starting to wonder if she's some kind of doll. Meanwhile, I can't help but recall a similar situation at a world-renowned pop stars concert. But those thoughts of mine are wiped away by the murmur of the audience. For her, this is her first introduction, which means this is the first time she'll stand on stage in front of a crowd. You don't know how right that is. Is she nervous? If anything, she looks hesitant. Eventually, the crowd's buzzing peaks. Airi-tan, who's been looking down all this time, finally looks up with a resolute expression on her face. Then she firmly grips the microphone in her hand and finally speaks. Well, looks like she's going to go along with the charade. I mean, it's not like she has a point at this stage. So yeah, Airi Yukifune is now taking on the magical persona. Whether or not she can actually pull this off is, well, that's a scenario that is going to have to wait until the next episode. Yeah. As always, until next we meet.